Hey, anxieties are the fears that we tell ourselves. Kind of like a phobia, anxiety is a predatory thought that we can't stop from happening. As a result, they take away from our daily enjoyment of any variety of tasks. Part of this is actually kind of reasonable. It's an it's an incredibly efficient, in an incredibly efficient, totally statistically valid experiment. I went to a final that I had in college once where I already had 100% in the class, so I didn't bother studying. I figured no test anxiety. Relax, everything will just flow in because I did pretty well in the class, obviously. Then I'd see how well I knew the material. I got 65%. I did not know the material. Testing anxiety is a really common one, but of course there's lots of different kinds of anxiety. Sexual anxiety, fear of being under pressure and the stakes are high. Parental anxiety when the first time they let the kid riding down the street without those training wheels on. But what do you do when anxiety is just generally high and you can't let it go? So, a couple of techniques. One of the first things you have to actually be able to do is honestly confront your fears. Recognize you have anxiety, either generalized or about that one thing in particular. Either generalized or about that one thing in particular. Next, bring yourself to the present. It's okay to be concerned about the results or have concerns about the future of the anxieties that are presenting themselves. Part of that worry, however, is set in the present. And spending a tremendous amount of time and energy going over something that hasn't actually occurred yet is making you miss what's happening right in front of you. So, pay attention to yourself. Be mindful of your surroundings. Look, enjoy, breathe. Literally, breathing is actually a very large thing. That's why meditation has so much of it. But finally, pay attention to the voices in your head. And if that's literal, refer to a different radio counseling. But what I mean is, what are you telling yourself? Are you giving yourself a hard time? Are you giving yourself credit for the efforts that you've made? Remember that nobody wakes up knowing exactly what they're going to do and how well they're going to do it every day. Everyone struggles with knowing their own abilities and what they think they may be good at, and then questions themselves when they aren't successful. The face of confidence is not a person without anxiety. It's a person doing something in spite of it. Could have done without all those.